A posto, no? Ci siamo.
Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Buongiorno a tutti. Oggi una grande emozione per me. Io veramente non riesco neanche a crederci che ho questa possibilità. Abbiamo Paula Badosa. Hi Paula, nice to meet you.
Hello,
Thank you very much.
a pleasure to be here.
Today I have the most beautiful WTA player in the tour, no?
Thank you. Thank you, grazie.
So, I saw you yesterday against Coco Golf. I was at the stadium. It was very emotional by your
Yeah.
side. You lost like after a great fight, 3 sets, long match. You gave everything that you had, and the people see that.
Yeah, I think I have a special connection also with Italy. The fans here are amazing. I almost feel like I'm playing at home here. But I think maybe the case that they support me so much is that I play with passion, I play with the heart, and I think, well, we are Mediterranean people, so we love that kind of things, and that I give my 100% on court, and that's what I want to show to the world, you know, that no matter how I play that day, I'm gonna fight until the end, and it's very nice to see all these people supporting me.
And you are still playing, not at 100% because you have stress fracture, no?
Yeah, it's been tough. It was here 1 year ago. I did the stress fracture. It's been a long, long process, very tough mentally, but I'm finally feeling healthy. Of course, it's not always going to be 100%, but it's good. Now I can compete. But of course, after so many matches this week, it was the first time I played 4 matches in a row, more than 2 hours, a lot of hours on court. I felt it, of course, and I felt my body, it still needs to get back to the rhythm. But I'm happy that I was able to do like 4 matches in a row, because 2 months ago that was impossible.
Yes. Now, so next tournament, Roland Garros. How do you feel?
I mean, Roland Garros has always been a special tournament for me. I like to play on clay. I think I'm feeling pretty good. Of course, it depends a little bit of the draw. You never know, but I think that if I'm healthy and if I train good these days, I can play against anybody.
Roland Garros 2015, you won junior title. I think it was amazing that result. And after that, something happened. You start to feel the pressure. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So it was difficult. I want to ask you something more about 2016, 2017. You start to collaborate with Xavi Budo, if I'm not wrong. And I would like to know something more about this.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a long time ago. I was a very good junior. Big expectations, especially in Spain. They were expecting me to be the next top 10 player. I wasn't even ranked up. I was outside the 200, so they were expecting a lot of things from me, and I was like the next star. But I wasn't prepared mentally to face all that, and and in that case, I struggled so much for 2 years. I remember being in a very dark place and not seeing the light, you know. And and I worked with him, and he helped me go through that process. In that moment, I was very young also, so I needed to mature more. But it was a very tough moment of my career. But also, I want to say that thanks to that, I'm the person I am today. I'm the fighter I am today. Mentally, I'm a very emotional person, but I think that that made me much stronger, you know.
Mm-hmm. And at 18 years old, you already had your house, no apartment?
Younger, it was younger. I left home when I was 14.
Yeah.
So, and I started to live alone in that age. So in that age, you're not ready for that. You're ready to be with your family and have a different life. So for me, it was like shocking. From one day to another, to live in an apartment alone and getting to do my things alone, learning so many things, basic stuff. But it was very hard for me, and but I thought that was the price to pay to be a tennis player. So at the end, it was worth it. But in that moment, when you're so young, it's difficult mentally to handle that.
So you were born in New York.
Yes.
Your parents were involved in fashion.
Yes.
How you start to play tennis?
It was a coincidence. I was born in New York. My family was living there, so we decided to come back to Spain. My family is from Spain, but the Twin Towers happened. It was that years, and it was not good in New York. So we decided to have a better life, to come back home, and they started to work, and they were like, "What do we do with Paula now?" So it was summer. I just had my cousins there, and they were in this summer camp. So I went with them, and I started to play different sports. And the first sport I played was tennis, and I fell in love. I was so lucky also with the coach I had that moment. He was amazing. He was like my second dad. So I started when I was 7 years old, and until I was 14, he was like the guy, the person, my person, that helped me and introduced me to this tennis world. So yeah, it was maybe one of the best years of my life for sure.
You have two passports. You have Spanish and US. Like you were sure that you will represent Spain, or maybe you thought even for 1 second.
I thought for it for 1 second about it because US also has a special place in my heart, and I was born there and I know so many people from there, so I thought about it. But at the end, Spain is Spain for me. It's where my heart is. It's where my heart belongs, where my entire family is, and it's where I grew up. At the end, I started to play tennis there, so I felt that I had to represent Spain.
I know that you have a small sister,
Yes.
Jana,
Yes.
16 years old.
Yes.
How is the relationship with her? Like she plays tennis as well?
Yes, she's living in Miami. She's studying there, and she's playing tennis there. And I mean, it's the best relationship I have in my life. She's like my sister, but at the same time, a little bit like my daughter because we have 11 years apart. I felt I had to protect her and take care of her. And yeah, we speak every day. It's impossible. Like a day passes by and we don't have a video call, we don't speak. And I just wanted to let her know that she can dream and achieve whatever she wants, that I will be by her side no matter what. So yeah, I'm very grateful to have a sister like her in my life.
And how much maybe you need at that time, maybe 16, 15, a person like you in your past? Like, have you ever
Yes.
thought about that?
Of course, so many times. So that's why I played this role with my sister of being also the big sister, but like the mother to protect her, because I didn't want her to go through what I went. You know, I felt very lonely in that moment. So I was very aware of that, and I was like, she's not gonna go through the same steps as me. I'm gonna take my experience and give it to her, and of course make her feel that she will always, even if she falls, she will have somebody there to grab her. So yeah, I think she feels very protected with me, and that's what I wanted her to feel.
Okay. So for number two, 2022, you were number two. Now, of course, like you're coming back, you're not at 100%. Which are your goals now?
Right now, especially, I'm gonna be totally honest. My back has to respond. Like after these 4 matches, I feel sometimes the pain, so it's not great. But especially, I want to like have matches like yesterday, even though they're emotional or they're tough. But this is what I live for. I want to play as many matches as possible against the top players. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have this personality that is always going to be like this. I want to be back to the best players in the world. That's why I play tennis for, and I don't want to be where I am right now, honestly. I want to be more than that. So, of course, keep enjoying competing, but trying to win as many matches as possible and to be at the top.
And now soon Olympics. What do you think? It's your goal? Or?
Yes, it's very exciting. I like to represent Spain. It's once every 4 years, so it's a different tournament. It's like more a team, a country. You don't represent yourself. You just represent a country also. So I think it's very special, and also you get the chance to spend with other athletes. So I think it's very inspiring also to get to know them better, to get to know their story. So I really enjoyed when I was in Tokyo, so I'm really looking forward to Paris.
Okay. And I want to ask you also about Garbine Muguruza. She ended her career 1 month ago.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like she ended young, quite young. No?
Yeah, she really young, but I mean, I was really sad when I saw the news because she's been an example for me. You know, I always looked up to her. I loved how she played and what she did for Spanish tennis. You know, she won slams and she was former #1 in the world. So that was very big for our country after Conchita and Arantxa. So she's been an inspiration for me in when I was very young. So, and I got the chance to be together and to get to know each other, to have practices. So it was nice that the last years. Unfortunately, I think she retired very young, but it's her decision. I think she deserves to be happy. And once you did so much in tennis, the most important is that in your personal life you're happy, and I really respect that for her.
Yeah, also in ATP, Dominic Thiem now, he said the same. Of course, like, you know, when you are used to get some results and after
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's very tough. I think
Yeah.
this sport, it's so emotional, so mentally it's brutal. Like it takes you to the limit every time, and I totally understand this decision sometimes. I mean, I've been through a lot this year also. I wasn't seeing the light and I didn't know what to do. I was lost, and I understand this feeling sometimes of being lost and not finding solutions. And after when you have been in the top, you know, and seeing yourself so down, so it's not easy, and you have to be very strong mentally.
And at the end, love for the sport wins, no? I think. And in your
Yes.
case, you're very competitive. You love the sport. It's obvious.
I do. That's what makes me still wanting to compete every day. It's the love from the sport since when I started when I was a little girl, like loving to go to practice, loving to work hard, loving to play matches, of course, winning them, but to be in front of the fans, enjoying the moment when you're supporting me. For me, that's everything.
And last question, I really love the relationship that you have with Arina Sabalenka on Jabeur.
Yes.
Like, how is important to have like these strong connections during your work?
I feel it's very important because it's a very pure relationship we have between us and a very real one. Even though that we are competitors, at the end of the day, it's just we're gonna compete 2 hours and then we know how to separate things. And it's nice to have this support because at the end we spend so many weeks together, more than with our family. And we know what we're going through because we're tennis players, so we can empathize with each other a lot. So it's very nice to have these nice girls because at the end they're nice people also, besides they're great athletes. So for me it's very inspiring to have them by my side.
And sometimes it's difficult even to play against them, no? Because you...
Yes, it's sometimes a little bit tricky, but we know how to separate. We're very competitive, and I like that moment. I like the moment that we just compete. We know that in that moment we're going to be opponents, but then we know how to separate that, and I think that's being capable to do that. I think it's a sign of being very smart and intelligent.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this interview. I'm speechless. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.